It's Elizabeth Taylor. It's Elizabeth Taylor! It's Elizabeth Taylor!
What?
Elizabeth Taylor, she's inside! Wait, no, I meant we're showing Cleopatra in the movie room. I thought maybe you'd like to see her.
You can't say Elizabeth Taylor, she's inside.
Oh, technically I can.
Where's my brother?
He is at the presidential palace. There's the presidential palace.
He left without speaking to me.
Time on time, I know his itinerary.
But he doesn't know mine.
We'll figure it out and you'll see him at the palace, so we'll be fine.
It's a beautiful building.
A glass box of the future. Our future's in there. Our opportunity to show our commitment.
Our commitment.
Ours.
Ours.
This family.
Commitment.
The Diems will not lose the mandate from heaven.
Is that what it is?
That is what they call it.
Yeah, I think I thought it was of, not from.
No, it's from.
What time's his meeting?
I'm not sure, but he's pressing to get
Pressing?
It's not a problem.
We need to know when.
That's not what I'm saying.
If we end up in a parking lot somewhere with one of these slanty-eyed kids.
Listen, given the mistrust Diem has towards the US, it is understandable they will be wary of our intentions. The time frame is he'll get a meeting. He will get a meeting on the good reputation of your father, his devotion to President Diem, and our shared Catholic faith. He's in the palace.
And the $25,000 bribe.
And the $25,000. He gives the list, tells them we have the article.
When's the article?
I meet him today.
Today?
Yes.
We should have got the article first.
Yes, fait accompli, but it is, he gives them the list, tells them we have the article, they make the raid, we give the speech. All right? Let's have faith in your father's life, work, and reputation earned.
It's Cleopatra the movie.
It's Cleopatra the movie.
Fuck you, Sherman. I didn't even get a chance to say hello to him.
I apologize.
You can't do that to a man. He is okay, right?
Yes, he is nervous, of course. An obnoxious indoctrination, but a rite of passage for all newcomers. Eisenhower, it is rumored, told Marilyn Monroe, asked quietly where his wife was. When Kennedy was informed, he knew right away it was a joke. Nixon nearly fainted.
How did I do? So, this is it.
Yes.
We should get to work.
We wait for the call from your brother. Your instincts showed a young man searching for adventure. You did not question, you sought the answer for yourself. You showed more courage than the former vice president.
Doesn't change the fact that she isn't in the other room.
Think of it as a positive visualization exercise. How best to prepare for the day you walk through a door and Elizabeth Taylor is sitting there.
Look forward to that day.
Are you comfortable?
Hot and bothered.
Would you like anything?
Liz on my lap.
Give me my robe, put on my crown, I have immortal longings in me.
You ain't exactly Elizabeth Taylor, friend.
That's from Antony and Cleopatra.
I'm positively visualizing Elizabeth Taylor, if you'll excuse me.
Is there anything I can get you?
No. I feel like shit, thank you.
Well, that chair cannot be comfortable, you can sleep in his bed.
After those flights, it's a burnished throne. It's hotter in there than out here. This place is smaller than the others.
Soon that will change. You got some color out here.
Yeah, I hope I didn't get burned. No air conditioning?
It'll turn around tomorrow.
Yeah, I got burned. Those fans make it worse.
Your brother tans very well.
Good for him. I look like I slept with my hand over my face. I'm looking like a zebra.
I could offer you coffee. I could offer you French press coffee, Vietnamese coffee.
Coffee is American coffee?
Coffee is American coffee, yes.
Maybe a glass of water?
Oh,
water's not okay.
It's okay for me, but I'm used to it. Oh, I could offer you a 1955 Saint Julien.
A 1955 Saint Julien?
The 55 Saint-Julien is a Bordeaux wine.
It's a wine! I'm awake.
Yes. The 55 is the product of a hot, warm growing season with plenty of sunlight, so I'm told. The only minor problem came in September with some rain that pushed back the harvest a bit. In fact, the delayed start of the harvest could have added to the quality of the wines, as it allowed for a slightly longer hang time, giving the grapes a better opportunity to ripen on the vines. To make up for Miss Taylor not being in the other room.
He came here in 1955.
No. 1958. We were given a case by the then mayor of Saigon, a glad-handing, brutish pig. To think of all the people your father wined and dined. For what? There's one final bottle. I've been saving it and feel today is appropriate. So, is there anything else I can get you before I procure the 1955 Bordeaux?
I have already forgotten I was mad at you.
Excellent. Honestly, I don't remember where it is, but I'm sure I will find it. Perhaps, over a glass of wine, we can go over a little background on the president. The president likes to talk. He likes to talk a lot. He doesn't like to be interrupted. He is a chain smoker, so the only very suitable time to fulfill the human urge to speak is when he is lighting another cigarette.
How am I going to give a speech if he likes to talk?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Diem has dug himself quite a hole, eh?
Even though the US government says it has full faith and belief in Diem.
And the US government will continue to have full faith in him even as they stab him in the back. Oh, the cab driver I had, I think he was trying to say he was not a fan of Diem.
Or the Vietnamese hate him! Why America support such a tyrant? Ask President Kennedy stop supporting him!
Maybe the cab driver should become the president.
Hey! Oh, I know a guy from Georgetown who's with State.
Who's he?
No, he is someone.
Oh, who does he work for?
He was on the fact-finding mission in September.
I thought...
Just the word is, Diem's on his way out.
Well, if these articles keep showing up in the newspapers, of course.
He just said that when they switched ambassadors, Kennedy was basically saying Diem's gonna get the heave-ho.
You're worried the wind's blowing the other way.
No, just...
Yes, you are.
No, just...
Nerves.
Nerves.
To his dying day, your father believed in Diem.
I know. I was there.
What I find insane is that no one seems to think that people who light themselves on fire are anything but insane. They are communists masquerading as Buddhists. They're doing this to undermine our efforts here, but the Buddhists are communists, so it's okay.
It's a good thing?
In as much as there are less of them, but they're undermining our efforts by staging these suicides. The problem is they're inflaming the rogue elements within society, and of course, the New York Times is there to fan the flames.
But isn't it a good thing if they're communists?
Well, like I said, the Buddhists themselves are communists as well.
So shouldn't it be a good thing they're lighting themselves on fire?
Well, the problem is, like I pointed out to you already, most of the population who aren't religious, they have good association about them because of their culture. Therefore, they fall victim to propaganda. They blame the president when they light themselves on fire.
That doesn't make much sense.
Exactly. So to them, we're letting them light themselves on fire. We don't let them. You can't stop someone from lighting themselves on fire. That person is obviously quite deranged.
It's a sin.
Yes, thank you. It's a sin. And we don't control what they do. And if we tried to control what they do, then it would be, oh, how dare you use fire hoses on these people? And unlike the US, Diem has never. And these, when they light themselves on fire, they're surrounded by fanatical supporters, suicide fire parties. And so, what can you say to a child who doesn't get their way and throws a tantrum? Enjoy the barbecue. There was an excellent article by Joseph Alsop in the New York Herald regarding the improvements President Diem has made in regards to human rights.
So we are going to?
Yes.
Nobody from the Times? Kennedy reads the New York Times.
No, I know.
Newsweek?
We won't return our calls.
A year ago they called Diem the savior. Saturday Evening Post.
Alsop with the Herald.
You know, Kennedy went to the publisher of the New York Times and tried to have Halberstam removed. The Jew publisher wouldn't. You know, Halberstam is a Jew, right?
What is the president to think? When on the front page there's an article saying everything's going really well, and then right next to it is a news analysis by Halberstam saying the complete opposite. No. I meet Elsa at the Caravel Hotel, and we start talking about the New York Times, which I'm sorry to say is under some type of spell, because I highly doubt they have any idea what the reporters are engaged in. Hopefully we find the reporters hard at work, drinking and making up lies and injecting themselves into an attempt to govern a country struggling with democracy and freedom.
You're going to...
No. Hopefully we follow Halvorsen into a brothel. Chances are that won't happen.
It's gonna happen.
He has a girlfriend. But I introduce Elsa to a whore who says...
Trust me?
Elsa writes, according to sources, Halvorsen has sex with prostitutes and smokes drugs. The tenor of Halvorsen's writing has changed drastically since he started having sex with prostitutes and smoking drugs.
For his own safety and protection, we follow Halvorsen.
I'm very sure Halvorsen is a very nice young man, but he's in over his head. His desires have exposed his weaknesses, and criminal elements have exploited those weaknesses to their advantage. The drugs, the brothels, who do you think that's controlled by?
The communists. Halvorsen is a communist.
Honest reporter, unknowingly compromised by his human frailties into serving their satanic desires. Our own reporters are helping an effort to destabilize the Diem regime, playing right into the hands of the communists.
What time are you meeting him?
A few hours. He gives the list, tells me in the article.
How do we confirm?
What do you mean?
With him.
We'll figure it out. Speech, great.
Wait, I thought raid then speech.
Well, yes, I was just...
Grocery list. Papa was really fucking smart, eh?
And coincidentally, all of them frequent the same brothel. Peter Arnett, Stanley Carnell, Neil Sheehan.
Wow.
And your brother is at the presidential palace saying, we tried talking to the US Embassy about this and they've done nothing.
Someone attacks the brothel they frequent and finds their personal effects.
Obviously, no one is injured. So John tells them, Diem, it's you and your men who save them. So all these reporters, Diem saves them, editors pull them, the Diem government is the hero, right? Kennedy reads how the reporting is going there. There is no way Diem says no to your brother.
If he meets him.
Oh, he'll meet him. And he'll say, Diem, you're playing with a stacked deck. No matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, it's all being distorted. Diem, all you have is us. We're ready. Do you have a written copy? I didn't see it in your luggage.
No, it's in my head.
Really?
Yeah.
I was hoping that there would be a written copy.
The speech I would give to Elizabeth Taylor.
What?
What?
Surely you're trying to return the joke favor to me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, no, I understand. I say Elizabeth Taylor, you say what speech?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
From earlier.
I know from earlier, but I'm serious, I'm not kidding.
Listen, I apologize for the joke, and you have every right to needle me with your style of humor.
You don't like jokes, do you?
No, I don't.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
I truly have no idea what you're talking about.
Your father.
He said nothing about a speech.
You said you had the speech. Okay, we need the speech. We have the reporter, we have the meeting, we have the retort, we need the speech.
No. He said, I must come see this beach.
No, he said speech.
I thought to come see a beach. It was really hard to understand with all the tubes.
So you don't have it?
I got a bathing suit, no speech.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's just give me a minute. It's great that you're here. I just can't rely on anyone. What do you do when everyone's turned their back on you and there's no one you can trust?
Are you talking to me or speaking to yourself out loud?
If I were asking you that question, what would you say? Well, I'd say nothing since you're another person. And I cannot trust anyone else. If I were privy to your thoughts, if you were in a situation such as, what would you do? I would stop and make sure I was in the right state of mind. Meaning, I would make sure I could trust myself. If so, I would then make a pact with myself to not turn on myself. I would allow for doubt, but I would know that doubt is a mercurial ally. What would you do?
This is my test to see how you'd react under pressure, Sherman. It's a very beautiful speech. We spent it. I'm sorry, I thought you knew I was kidding. We spent his final afternoon outside together, drafting it. It was nice. We made the speech into a box.
It should be a diamond, Jack.
We made a box.
Your father always took the diamond approach. Little point, big point, little point.
Right.
It should be a diamond, Jack.
No, yeah, but his thoughts and I formed, personal narrative, policy, make and ask. This is not the reaction I was expecting. Maybe after a glass of that wine you'll enjoy it. It's a solid ask, positive language, limiting the possibility of a no. Hey, a diamond leaves them stunned at the majesty, but a box, you put them in a box, they can't get out. Who cares if it's a box or a diamond? Either they like what I say or they don't. Well, I am sure, and I wrote it with him, and he is my father, and there's no copy. And oh, he's dead, so that's the end of the debate. And let's see if my fucking brother can, right? Or you? So it's irrelevant until—
Do you mind reciting the speech?
I'm hungry.
Would you like something to eat? I know pizza's your favorite.
Pizza's not my...
I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's my fault.
I guess I was just very proud of the speech, and
No, I'm sorry. I guess I'm just accustomed to his style.
what did you say to the Elizabeth Taylor test?
I wasn't asked.
If Lena Horne was in the other room, what would you say?
Good evening, Miss Horne. I am Sherman Arnold, Attaché, Arts and Culture, United States Information Office. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. May I introduce you to a very handsome young man who is a rising star in the United States Information Office. Madame Horne, may I introduce you to Jack Francis.
That's what you would say?
Yes.
You wouldn't take a shot?
Oh, no.
I am a rising star?
After this,
Why would you introduce me and not John?
John has Hannah. On a personal level, it's exhilarating to watch rise in the diplomatic corps. John, and after today, you in politics. You and your brother are scouts on the president's new frontier.
Shouldn't I get a coonskin cap or something? I meant like Davy Crockett, not the...
You're ascending the challenge your father started climbing a long time ago.
Thank you.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
No, what did I do?
You did nothing. It is great. We are playing grown-ups.
We are grown-ups.
Yeah.
You're like him, but not.
Who?
Your brother.
That is how it works. He's the policy wonk and I got the charm, man.
And I can clearly see your mother in you. I finally see the complete man. We are exactly where we're supposed to be. I remember when we first met.
Yeah, you came for Christmas.
My graduation from Harvard.
Before Christmas?
You don't remember my graduation.
No, I think I do.
My senior thesis was a judicious response to the Harlem Renaissance. It sounds more legally technical than it actually is. It was more a cultural call to arms to combat the Harlem Renaissance.
Right. You don't like the Harlem Renaissance.
Why would I?
Why wouldn't you?
Don't answer a question with a question. It's childish.
I like the Harlem Renaissance.
What do you like about it?
I don't know, the literature, the music.
The Harlem Renaissance is incredibly racist and demeaning.
I can see it. It was a response.
Negroes can't scream people are discriminating against them and then happily make their own little art and then sell it to the same people that say they're discriminating against them.
Maybe like most art movements, the politics outshines the art, eh?
You are so right, Jack. Your ideas are truly inspiring.
Yeah, you do the thing he does.
What?
Your ideas are truly inspiring.
He was a great teacher and believer in ability. I'm proud to be fulfilling his vision and destiny. But you and your brother, you don't remember my graduation. You were both babies.
We were being brats.
No, you were infants.
Did you graduate as a baby?
No.
How old are you?
I'm 43 years old.
Get the fuck out of here!
I am.
That is impossible.
No drinking, no smoking, no cursing.
So if you did those things, you'd look like a raisin?
I remember seeing you and your brother and thinking, these two will shape the world. And I hope to be there to witness it. I'm sure time with you will make my understanding of the world all the more strong.
You are 43 talking to me like that.
I'm sorry if it bothers you, if it makes you uncomfortable.
Nah, you're thoughtful and sweet.
Don't do that. What? You don't have to say that. John has some of your father's ties in his room if you would like to wear one.
An old man's ties.
Honestly, I wasn't sure how to broach the subject.
There's nothing to broach, thank you.
We're fulfilling his vision and destiny, Jack.
I know. I think I'm gonna wear a purple suit and a yellow tie to give the speech.
I would ensure you did not make that choice.
No, yeah, I'm gonna wear a purple suit and a yellow tie for the slanty-eyed chimp who's asleep while I give the speech.
No purple, no yellow.
I found that Negroes like the colors purple and gold.
Why don't you go put it on right now?
I can wear a yellow tie?
I know you don't have a yellow tie.
Are you saying I can wear a yellow tie if I had a yellow tie?
If that's how you choose to respect the memory of your father.
How does my choice of tie choose how I respect my dad?
I carry your father's cufflinks with me every day. They make me feel he's guiding me. And it's good to be prepared and positively visualize what you'll do.
Let me see.
You can have them. I remember when I met him, your father. It was at an inter-house symposium on Marx's doctrine at Harvard.
This was in 1822.
I remember there was this man staring at me, watching me almost.
Scouting talent.
He came up to me afterwards and he said, "Are you smart?"
Of course he did.
And I said, "Yes." And he said,
"Are you smart?"
And I said, "Yes, I think so."
And he said, "Are you smart?"
And after the 5th or 6th time, "I hope so." And he kept asking me. And I started to cry. And he could just see that I thought I was nothing. I'm sorry, I'm sure you've heard a number of these stories before.
No, it's good to hear you make someone else cry.
He took me under his wing.
Yeah.
So, what would you say to Elizabeth Taylor if she were in the other room? I said what I'd do.
Fuck, I don't know.
Cursing is a sign of weakness, Jack.
What would I really fucking do if I was really fucking alone with her, eh?
That's what's special about you, Jack.
I don't know, I mean what? This is my one shot? It must be tough because for Elizabeth Taylor, every day is someone going for their one shot with you.
I would remind you, Elizabeth Taylor is just another person.
What did John say?
Your brother said, who's Elizabeth Taylor?
Of course he would say that.
It was so nice seeing John and your father work so close together. It would have been nice if it was all three of you.
Well, that is my fault. No, I am sure Elizabeth Taylor would be incensed a man did not know who she was.
I was once alone with Pat Nixon.
You're comparing Elizabeth Taylor to Pat Nixon?
You're comparing Elizabeth Taylor to Pat Nixon.
What'd you do?
I prayed with her. The Secret Service was in the other room.
What would you have done if Secret Service was not in the other room?
Pray with her.
How ribald. She or Elizabeth Taylor?
No. My Elizabeth Taylor is Madame New. Wife of the president's brother, Madame New.
The Madame New. Sherman, you dirty dog. She is pretty for an Oriental. Good for you, Sherman.
May I show you something?
Does this say enjoy the barbecue?
Mm-hmm.
She has a mouth on her.
I think it's quite a beautiful statement. Enjoy the barbecue.
That is, wow.
Yes.
What would you do if Madame New was in the other room?
I would ask her to pray with me.
Pray or lay?
We would together pray for God to lead Vietnam on the path to prosperity, to modernity and civilization.
You would be alone with her, and that's what you would do?
Yes.
That's noble. Yeah, it's good you would pray with her. I think you're in love with her.
No, I find her to be an exceptional person.
What if she wanted you to hit yourself?
Well, I would hope she didn't, but if she did, I would not think and just do.
Ask me again if there's anything you can do for me.
Is there anything I can do for you? I just want to go over some of the protocols.
I've been to them before. Don't curse, don't touch. No, I would go with aggressive behavior.
No aggressive behavior, please.
No, if Elizabeth Taylor is in the other room, fuck her.
Oh, so you'd rape her?
No! Fuck her like fuck Elizabeth Taylor. She can come to me.
I understand the gambit. Is there someone?
Is there someone in this world I would rape? I'm sure there is. No, I don't know about that.
So, if Britain was in the other room,
Excuse me?
would you rape her?
That is really out of line.
Well, I know you hit her. Would you also rape her?
That is really out of line.
Well, it's not as out of line as actually hitting a woman. I'm sorry, your brother spoke to me about your trials and tribulations.
My brother told you?
He did, yes.
Asshole! Fuck! Ow!
Now, sorry. I understand that a lot of this is the pressure of the situation, and I don't know if this is you needing attention, or you needing to get this out of your system, but I cannot impress upon you the importance of you being here. This is a momentous day in your family's life work.
Sherman. Like the tank? Sherman, like the general, is that what?
What?
Are you named after Tecumseh?
I don't know. Both my parents were beaten to death when I was an infant, and I was raised by people who told me they were my parents.
I am sorry.
I know there's nothing to say. It's just... If you would like to call me by a different name, that is perfectly suitable.
Nah, Sherman is fine. It's your fucking name, hey? Sherman, Sherman, Sherman.
I just want to go over a few questions you might be asked at the palace.
Okay.
What's your favorite city? I hear you spent time in Rome, East Pakistan, India. Tell me, how does Saigon stack up?
East Pakistan and India aren't cities.
I know that. Don't correct anyone.
I can tell you the hamburgers are delicious in India.
They are.
What house did you belong to at Harvard?
I'm sorry.
What house?
I don't know.
I was asking you questions you might be asked.
Try again, your favorite city.
New York City.
Yeah!
I have no idea what my favorite city is.
Say New York.
Fine, I will.
How do you feel about the Buddhists lighting themselves on fire?
Enjoy the barbecue. We have to show them there is another possibility. The triumph and terror of the American dream. How? It is simply the problem is the president is light years ahead of his time. How do you get a sleeping, ignorant population to wake up? If one has no courage to denounce, if one bows to madness and stupidity, how can one ever hope to cope with the other wrongs of humanity exploited in the same fashion by the communists? It is almost, we are fighting a war against the communists, and there are a number of reporters who are intoxicated by communism. There are certain facts that taken on their own seem inconsequential, but then they start to add up.
I love President Kennedy.
Oh, thank you.
A thank you kills the conversation. Something more along the lines of, and America loves DM. May they together reign as makers of peace and democracy.
Understood. Never been hotter in my life.
How about now?
Yes.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, thanks.
Is this your first time in Saigon?
It is. Very wonderful and awe-inspiring to be here. What a time and place for me to make my entrance.
Excellent. Is there anything I can get you?
I'm fine, thanks. I've got an icebreaker for the speech. Have you ever heard of, do you know what barbed wire is?
Yes, Joseph Ngo designed it in 1874. He's the father of barbed wire. Ngo used coffee mills to create the barbs. He then placed the barbs along the wire, and then he twisted another wire around it to keep the barbs in place.
I was unaware.
That's from minutes from the Geneva Convention in 1949, dealing with barbed wire sickness.
You read minutes from a Geneva Convention conference?
Oh yes, it's fascinating how things seem to have a practical use and then the use for security.
Glad that someone's reading minutes from the Geneva Convention conference.
That was very nice.
It's when you grow your nails out and finger a girl and scrape her pussy. It's a perfect description, no? I wish I could take credit for it, but I heard it in this blue-collar bar. Hey, you got long fingernails. You should try it on my damn new.
Don't you fucking dare say anything like that. Do you understand me, you bitch little fuck? No, that's disgusting.
I was kidding.
And don't you fucking dare talk about Tran that way.
It was a joke.
Do you understand that you're about to meet very important people?
I thought you don't curse.
I don't.
You just did. Don't yell at me. Sorry. It's just a lot. I'm tired. I utilize gallows humor to deal with stress, okay? I'm sorry for trying to be funny. I'll just sit here and not say anything.
Jack Michael Francis.
Stop.
Jack Michael Francis what?
You don't.
Jack Michael Francis what?
Talking like him.
Jack Michael
You
Francis.
don't call me that!
That is your name.
You aren't my father.
I didn't.
You realize it.
How should I talk?
Whatever you have, just do me a favor and stop talking like him, or at least towards me, okay?
I did not.
Whatever you have! Just don't demonstrate it. He loved you more than father.
Jack.
You are an uppity fucking... I'm sorry. Just give me his cufflinks.
Give me the speech.
Give me the cufflinks. Please, stop! Just give me the fucking cufflinks!
Give me the speech.
Okay. I forgot the speech.
You're fine, Jack.
No. No, I'm not.
Jack.
What?
Jack Michael Francis.
Yes?
Hello.
Hi.
We should write it down.
Okay, yeah, maybe that'll help. Wait, I need a pen and...
John said you were to give me the speech. I need to make it a diamond.
What? He said...
That's fine. No, you can just go play in the movie room.
Look, I am really sorry.
No, you have nothing to apologize for.
I want to do the speech. I'm really sorry. I won't fuck around anymore. Maybe I kick around because I'm scared or something. I don't know, but I'm incredibly grateful to be here, and I look forward to meeting the president and delivering the speech. Hello? Hannah! Hi! I'm here. All in one piece. I haven't seen John yet. I thought I was going to, but he was gone when I woke up. I'm not sure. It is fantastic. Yeah, everything is just wonderful. Having a lovely time. I am okay. I am okay. Nothing, just... I guess it is the family business, you know? Bittersweet. Almost sweet. We're building something that might be incredible, and it's so odd because you didn't get to live to see it. I want to thank you for being there for me. It was wonderful to spend time together. I had a nice time at the funeral, and of course, who has a wonderful time at a funeral? I wish you'd been there for Mom's. I think you'd have been wonderful there. I haven't seen John yet. I know he is busy, I'm just worried what he's busy doing. I don't know whether this is true or not. I don't know if I should say something. Well, his assistant is bragging to me about how John spends a lot of time at these bars that have prostitutes. He hasn't directly said it or anything, but what he's inferring is that John has sex with these Vietnamese prostitutes. Hello? Hannah? Hello? I will get to the bottom of this for you. What? What? When did you not hear me? What time is it there? I am so sorry. I don't know what to say. I love my brother, but it pains me that he would be doing this to you while you wait for him, and I don't think it has anything to do with my dad passing. I think he started doing this as soon as he got here. Hannah? You seem upset. Your husband is cheating on you. Yes. John is smoking drugs and fucking prostitutes, and I'm sorry. I went with him. I said, I didn't want to. We have to get out of here. And he was all, I want to show you a good time. And I thought it was strange, and I guess he's changed. Hannah? Hannah! I'm so sorry. What are you doing? Are you in bed? I'm so sorry. I almost wish I never came, but I guess I'm glad to know it's the truth. Are you crying? I thought you were crying. I'm sorry. He isn't here. And what do you think we should do? What are you thinking? I should not have left. I can still smell you. I know I shouldn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This guy on the flight probably thought I was a fairy because I was wearing your perfume. Sprayed some of it on my jacket. It's very weird to smell you and not see you. It's weird to smell you and all of a sudden this strange places. It's nice to smell you and feel safe in a place. I don't know what to say either, Hannah. Hannah, I love you. I love you, and you deserve better than John, who's fucking prostitutes. He has been cheating on you since you first started dating, and I never had the courage to tell you until now. I wish I could take it back, but I can't. I am in love with you. I won't take it back. I am in love with you. If you want me to stop, I will, but I really don't think you want me to stop. Don't you say something you can't take back. I can't take it back, Hannah. I love you. Hannah, I love you. I love you. I love you. I know you love me. I can hear it in your voice. Say it. I love you. 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 Jesus fucking Christ! You scared the shit out of me.
I don't. I just wanted to see if there was a... Oh, you're on the phone. Is that John?
No.
Who is it?
Fuck off. Look, I love you, and I'm sorry, but I'm coming after you, and you have to fucking deal with that. Please stop crying. Sorry about that. You startled me.
My apologies. Did your brother not call?
No.
Were you out here the entire time I was gone?
Yeah, I think I know how to listen for a phone.
Well, I hope he didn't call while you were using the phone. Until he calls.
Yes, so master?
I met with Elsa.
Yeah.
Yes.
And?
He would not believe the story.
What'd you say?
He
said no!
Oh no, he said yes.
He is gonna file the story.
He's going to say, according to sources close to the situation, Halberstam, the star reporter of the New York Times, has been spotted at a nightclub notorious for drug use and prostitution.
This is it!
What do you mean?
I thought it was gonna be more like...
Jack, come on. I mean, we all have responsibilities. Mine was Elsa, but I don't know what I'm doing.
What does that mean?
Huh?
You used the girl, yeah? The whore?
Yes.
He is gonna file the story.
Yes.
I was gonna ask who. We should ask about paying for some company. I thought we could have a little party up here after our work is done.
What do you mean?
Girls! I mean, after all is said and done.
Perhaps.
Perhaps we will have a prostitute party.
Yes.
Hello? Hello?
What happened?
I don't know.
What happened?
I don't know.
What happened?
You seem upset.
You seem upset, so I'm upset.
I am not upset.
Tell me what happened.
I don't know, the phone cut off. He was telling a joke.
What was the joke?
About penguins, and one of them turns to the other and says, I hear you've been wearing a tuxedo. And the other says, so what if I have?
What does that mean?
I don't know. He said he's waiting in the gambling room.
He gave them the list?
He didn't say anything about the list, but I think we can assume he did.
Of course he didn't just come out and say he gave them the list. Why did I fucking let you talk?
I have to prepare the speech.
I have to call Elsa.
To confirm?
To run the story.
What?
Elsa wouldn't greenlight the story.
You said you did.
I spoke to him, he knows.
Wait, so when does the press run?
It's fine.
It's fine?
Yes.
Isn't it? It is supposed to be in the issue that comes out today.
Well,
Seems to be an integral part of the plan.
yes,
No fucking buts. We are in this. You are leaving my brother hanging out to dry.
It might seem...
It is that way!
I'm sorry.
What the fuck are you telling me?
You seem upset. Would you like to discuss it?
You should be talking. You should be explaining.
Listen, this required two things to happen, okay? Elsa,
You just said.
What?
You just said.
Stop talking!
No, just this. It's our opportunity, and I really hope you haven't fucked it up.
Listen, Elsa will run the story. DM will see the story. He will make raid. We will give speech.
Oh, okay.
You were supposed to bring the speech. That's all you had to do. Bring the speech. That's it.
Deliver.
Yes, deliver the speech to me. No. So I restarted it.
What?
The movie, Cleopatra. Perhaps.
How long?
How long is it, or how long has it been going on?
Going on.
I don't know how long it's been going on. I don't know how long it is. I'm sorry. Could I be any worse of a help?
I'm sure you could manage. I have seen the movie.
I wouldn't have come and told you if I thought you hadn't seen the movie. I wasn't saying it so you'd thank me.
Look, I'm really sorry.
What's your favorite movie?
Let me think about that. What's your favorite movie?
Oh, I don't care for the cinema.
What do you care for?
Spreading the gospel of democracy and the American way to the people of South Vietnam.
Do you ever relax?
Are you comfortable?
Yes.
I was kidding.
I'm fine.
Is there anything I can get you?
Sure, fine. That 1955 song Juliet.
Ah, I forgot.
Where is it?
I'm sure it's somewhere.
Sure. Fine. Jesus fucking Christ! Did you hear that?
What?
Jesus, was that? Jesus Christ, I think someone shot at us!
When?
Wait, right now!
I didn't hear anything.
The fuck? That was gunfire!
That was
I felt this thing by my face and then I heard a crack.
It was probably a bug. They snapped.
No, that was... Jesus, get the fuck down!
Ha! Jack, I want you to take it easy.
No, that was gunfire.
I didn't hear...
Do you have any guns? You!
No!
Fuck! We should call someone.
Who?
I don't know. Where's my brother?
I don't know.
The embassy.
Why would your brother be at the embassy?
No, call them!
Why?
To tell them someone shot at us!
Call them and say someone thinks someone shot us.
Someone shot us.
Okay, someone shot us.
Why are you arguing with me? They didn't.
I'm not arguing.
I really think we should call someone.
Who would you like to call?
I don't know, the US military, the police, the ambassador, the embassy, I don't care, just call someone!
No.
What? Somebody's shooting at us!
Listen, I'm not sure someone shot at us.
They did.
Okay. Well, if someone did shoot at us, then we definitely can't call anyone.
As in?
We don't know who's shooting at us. As in, it could be the cavalry shooting at us.
You admit someone shot at us.
We can't call anyone. We've made decisions where it's difficult to know who to trust, okay? We are offering the president a list of journalists, where they live, and providing him with options on how to change the tone of coverage. Use it as a tool. We're saying, you do whatever you need to do, so he knows we stand by him.
Sometimes you need to be able to say something without the person reacting. Not reacting, but I don't need advice, or if you think I sound crazy right now. Well?
Are you talking to me or speaking out loud?
I don't know.
I'm listening.
I think my brother is trying to have me killed. Tell me what to do!
I don't know.
I didn't feel crazy saying it.
Okay.
It's okay that it sounded crazy to you, but it didn't feel crazy saying it other than the insanity of being true that I think, no, I know that my brother is trying to have me killed.
That's a horrible feeling.
It is.
Can I ask you why you think your brother's trying to have you killed?
Have you ever felt like someone's trying to kill you?
Yes.
It's a very unique feeling. Sherman, my brother is trying to have me killed.
No, I'm sorry that you feel that way. And has your brother said he's trying to kill you?
No, but I am in love with his wife, and that might be upsetting to him.
Please stop talking for a minute.
Hello?
How long?
What?
Has this been going on?
What?
How fucking dare you! You know what, your brother probably is trying to kill you.
Why do you say that?
I'm not saying he is or he isn't. Look, this could have something or nothing to do with you, okay? But he isn't.
How do you know he isn't?
I can't prove negative.
I am in love with his wife.
So he brought you here to have you killed.
He did?
I don't know, I'm asking you.
That wasn't a question. You didn't frame it as a question. You fucking flipped it told me.
Listen, I'm trying to follow your logical progression, okay? It is very possible your brother's trying to kill you. If not that, it's possible a number of people are trying to kill him and then perhaps us. This could be moves by opponents of the government or who see your brother as a threat. This could be guerrilla action. It's possible Your brother's trying to kill both of us. It's possible.
The gambling room. It's a beautiful room. Thick carpet, wall-to-wall windows. It's on the second floor. And it is They call it the gambling room, but the DMs are against any kind of greed or sin, so it sits unused. And that's where I was waiting, where they kept me waiting. I was in the gambling room. They brought me a pack of cigarettes and a deck of cards, and I waited, and I don't smoke. And I was there in the gambling room. I thought of the men who sit in this room. I saw Dean Ross, McNamara, the Bundy brothers, Rosso. I imagined them there, and it's this comfortable place from where violence is meted out. I fell in love with the room sitting in there, I really did. The palace, it's stunning. And so I waited for hours, and I was getting worried.
We never doubted.
Well, I was worried you were worried, so I made the call.
Understandable.
I mean, I thought they were just going to take the $25,000 and let me sit in there, like paid for the right to. And if that was the case, I was trying to figure out how to ask for it back. Since that represented, I mean, that is my father's life's work, that money, our inheritance. And so I was on the phone with Jack when these French doors swung open.
Who?
President Diem, his brother knew his brother's wife.
Madame knew.
Madame knew. I have to tell you something about her.
What?
Wait. They could not have been nicer people to me. They said they remember Dad, and they were sorry for our loss and thanked me for the donation to the Children's Fund of South Vietnam, and I gave them the list and talked up, I had to keep it vague of course, but of the rumors surrounding the American journalists going to brothels controlled by the communists. And I said there would be a very interesting article in the paper, and perhaps Diem should send some loyal troops to check out the brothels. And they said they would speak to us soon.
Meaning?
Yes. They trust us. Had to excuse themselves, and I stood up. Oh yes. We were on the most elegant, the leather. And I stood up as they were leaving. I said, "Excuse me, Madame knew." And I told her how you had a signed photo from her, and she asked if you were the handsome young Negro from the United States Information Office.
John.
You think I'm making this up?
Oh, go on.
And she said you had written her a most lovely letter.
She did.
And that she looks forward to meeting you in the flesh.
The flesh.
The flesh.
I prayed for this, John.
As did I, Sherman.
This is our moment.
This is our time.
I'll surprise the article tomorrow.
Perfect. The article appears, Diem stages the raid, we give the speech.
I had to wait, you understand.
Of course. Diem said he needed more time anyway.
Whoa, you spoke to Diem.
Yes. Such a gracious man.
I think this is a blessing in disguise. An extra day will give us an opportunity to fix things.
What? It's perfect.
Well, let's bring this up. Jack forgot the speech.
He what?
I'm trying.
I asked him a number of times to go over it. I asked him if it was written down.
You didn't write it down?
No.
Jack.
Wait. This guy has basically crafted this, so we do all the work, and then he comes strolling in at the end to take all the glory?
What are you talking about?
He left you in the lurch, John. He was waiting to see if you raided a meeting.
That is ridiculous.
You don't have to defend your actions, Sherman. This isn't some academic exercise, Jack. This makes sense.
We don't have a speech.
Give it to him.
No.
For Christ's sakes.
Absolutely.
Give it to him. All right, then Sherman will do it. Sherman will speak from his heart. John, we'd rather better than we did anyway. Perhaps this is for the best.
I and didn't deliver this speech. This is fucking... I remember it. Mr. President, I stand before you today as an honored guest, loyal friend, and a stranger. I apologize, Father could not be here to speak to you. His recent passing has made that an impossibility. He was an unwavering supporter of your presidency mission and a Catholic such as yourself. Though I and my brothers are burdened by unspeakable grief and sorrow, we are buoyed by your unwavering leadership in leading your great nation. I hope to let him speak through me to you, for you to hear his final thoughts and words for you to hear. Fee Mei, Huin Zhang, Hang My Dang, Cherry Pie. The names made me giggle when I first arrived in 1955.
1958.
In 1958, they were not the names of my daughters. They did not speak English. They did not wear Levi's. They did not know who Elvis Presley was. For that last fact, I am grateful. Yesterday was September 15th, 1963. I was and am in a bed at Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles, California. My day was spent on my side listening to the Los Angeles Dodgers lose to the Philadelphia Phillies 6-1. Johnny Roseboro grounded into a double play. Don Drysdale was the losing pitcher. As I yelled and scolded and pleaded for the Dodgers to win, a report came on the radio. In Birmingham, Alabama, 4 Negro girls were incinerated in a church in an act of religious and racial hatred. Addie Mae Collins, Cynthia Wesley, Carol Robertson, Denise McNair. I do not recall you or any member of your government calling for President Kennedy to be removed because he let this tragedy occur. And yet, when Buddhist monks light themselves on fire, Americans are enraged you're letting it happen. For that, Mr. President, I am truly sorry.
That's the speech?
I just remembered it.
Wonderful.
I am to deliver it to the president.
Jack, your job was just to deliver.
My job is to deliver this speech, and I will deliver it. I mean, what am I? Is that what I am? A courier? That is what I am to bring to do what I am here for?
Delivering the speech. Thank you.
That's it.
Yes.
So you two get all the glory.
This is what this is. Is that why you're here? Glory?
No.
The speech is horrible.
John!
We can't use that.
I'm not thoroughly convinced your father wrote it. It isn't a diamond.
Not a diamond.
A box! Why are you doing this to me?
Jack had some problems in his area of responsibility. Jack was convinced something.
Jack was!
Jack told me that I should grow out my fingernails and finger Madame Nu and scrape her pussy.
Jack.
I told Jack not to use the phone, at least until you called, and yet he did.
The line was busy the first time I
No,
tried.
it wasn't.
He said a number of dark and disturbing things. He was convinced someone shot at us.
Did someone shoot at you?
No.
Yes?
Yes!
No.
We were asking too much of you.
I am okay.
I'm worried you've been acting a little erratic.
What?
Yeah, you were acting a little erratic on the phone.
No, I was just trying to tell you.
He thinks that you're trying to have him assassinated.
Jesus Christ.
Are you trying to have me assassinated?
Are you trying to have me assassinated?
Are you trying to have me killed?
Are you trying to have me killed?
Are you trying to have me murdered?
Are you trying to have me murdered?
Stop repeating! Fucking answer
I'm
me!
asking you, but
I am asking you!
I'm not trying to have you murdered. I'm not trying to have you killed. I'm not trying to have you assassinated.
I told him about Freddie.
Jesus Christ!
I hit her.
You hit her.
Why would you fucking tell
Did
me?
you not hit her?
Gentlemen, we don't have time for this.
Sherman, you're right. We don't. Sherman, I think it's best that I take Jack home.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
No, I understand. It's for the best. Oh, I forgot. He's in love with your wife. I told him.
You are an uppity fucking nigger!
That is quite enough. Sherman, I'm so very sorry for how he spoke to you.
John!
I'm taking him home. I am taking him to the airport and putting him on the first flight out of here.
No, you're not.
Shall we have a simple vote?
No.
No, there is no vote. Is Jack in charge? Raise your hand. Am I in charge?
Oh my
Raise your
God.
hand. I'm taking you home. Sherman, you'll have to come up with a speech.
I understand.
He didn't get the article. He said he did, but then when he found out you actually made it,
Of course.
Sherman, do we have it?
Yes.
Jack, we have it. Stop it. Jesus Christ, stop it. I thought you could handle this.
John, I think you and I should put him on a plane together.
Yeah. And who knows what he does. No. Sherman, I'm taking him home. It has to be just you. You give the speech. When the raid happens, you give the press conference.
Just me.
Yes, just you.
What do you mean?
If anyone is to take up the mantle, it's you. Our father's true protege and loyal liege.
Thank you, John.
I think you have earned the distinction and the honor. You have served our father well and true. Now is the time of your ascendance.
Yes.
Are you smart?
Yes.
Are you smart?
Yes!
What are you two? Father wanted us to stay with Diem. Let's go kill them!
Who?
All of them! House, she and Kona, aren't they were anti-Catholic! You know who doesn't like Catholics? People who hate Kennedy and Diem. The evidence points to them being anti-Vietnamese, which means honestly anti-American. We've provided the president with options for dealing with this unrest, options that will lead to true force. We have to protect the reporters from themselves. Let's go all the way.
Jack, you're a very wonderful young man with a bright future ahead of you. If all works out,
Perhaps.
perhaps. I should grab that bottle of 1955 Saint-Julien. We should celebrate.
Did you think the joke was funny? You didn't laugh on the phone, the penguin joke. So there are these two penguins. There are these two penguins. There are two penguins. Two penguins on an iceberg. Two penguins on an iceberg. You and I are on
Yes!
an iceberg.
You and I are on an iceberg.
And one penguin.
Which one?
What do you mean, which one? All I said before, there are two penguins on an iceberg. One turns to the other and
Two
says,
penguins are on an iceberg, and one turns to the other and says...
People have been saying you were wearing a tuxedo. So what if I am?
What?
No, the other penguin says, so what if I am?
Penguins can't talk.
Well, other penguins.
How would penguins know what people are saying?
Make the logical progression of penguins referring to other penguins as people.
So logical progression. Sherman said it earlier.
Guarantee you that nigger has no idea what it is. I meant penguins when I said people.
You want to fight for her.
Who?
Hannah.
Sweet Jesus, Jack.
I love her,
Okay.
and she loves me.
Okay.
If you want to fight me for her, at least be a man and do it to my face.
I don't want to fight you.
So you won't object to us being together?
I think she will object to you two being together.
She told me she loves me. Our father was dying. What? Where were you?
Here.
Why weren't you there?
Because he wanted me here.
What am I?
Oh, you are the sweet one, Jack.
What was I supposed to do?
Bear witness? Did he ask me to? No. I asked him, do you want me there? And he said no.
Of course he did. Because you are the fucking frontier scout of the future. Fucking shit! No. He is laying there, clutching the side of the bed. No! He is laying there! Clutching the side of a bed, and it isn't the majesty of the moment. It isn't the majesty of I am there with you.
I'm sorry I wasn't there.
Because you don't ask if you should be there. You are there.
Yes.
You don't ask to be there. You were there, and you were wiping his balls. You were...
Wiped his balls?
I did.
How was... I'm not asking.
It was fucking weird, okay?
I am sorry I wasn't there.
Because you wanted to watch me wash his balls and witness him shit on my arm.
You shit on your arm?
He cried.
I'm sorry not to be there to do my job.
No. That was my job. Your job was to... I am here. I'm doing my best and I'm doing nothing.
You did exactly what you needed to do, Jack.
Speak the speech I prayed. Dad's final wish. I couldn't. Are you trying to have me murdered?
Why would I try to murder you?
Because I'm in love with Hannah and I came here to talk to you man to man about Hannah and...
Okay, so let's talk man to man about Hannah.
Well, I am in love with her.
Okay.
I love her, John.
Okay.
And if you think you can fucking threaten me to stay away from her, you better think again.
This is me staging an assassination attempt.
If you want to do it, why not do it to my face?
Assassinate you?
Yes.
Fuck you!
Fuck who?
You.
Why are you talking to me like that?
You know why.
Why did you say fuck you?
You know
No,
why.
I don't.
Why would you? Fuck you!
Can understand why you feel that way.
I apologize.
I'm not asking you to apologize.
Well, I'm not asking for you to apologize. I want to apologize you didn't have the chance to have journalists murdered.
Why are you letting Sherman?
He can have it.
What about me?
What about you?
What does that mean?
What about me?
You're turning your back on me.
How am I turning my back on you? Don't you understand what I'm saying? You can go do whatever you want to do. We can walk away and leave him. Oh, you thought I got in there. You thought you would be able to just waltz into the palace and deliver a speech to the president, some kid he's never met. You thought I could bribe them and walk around the palace.
I don't understand.
You think I want to commit treason. I will say this, it is a beautiful room. Thick carpet, wall-to-wall windows. I'd been in there once before. And I was there in the gambling room, and I thought of the men who sit in the room, and it is a comfortable place from where violence is meted out. I fell in love with the room sitting in there, I really did. I get it. Power is fantastic. It made me sad that this was our path. No compass, no code, just anything to get to that room. And I felt bad for Dad and Sherman, these men who... Our father's final wish was what? Some plan to what? For you, me, and Sherman to save Diem? Save Diem. Who are we? To give our life savings and sit in the gambling room and believe we are power brokers? This will not be our delusion. I don't want to gamble with my life. I do not want for you to gamble with yours. Not here. You have done right by our father. You have fulfilled his final wish as best as you could. So now we walk away and we let Sherman have it. We let Sherman think this is to be our gift to him for his devotion and loyalty to our father. Shot to death, climbing the palace gates, trying to deliver a speech.
Maybe they shot at us.
Maybe. Or maybe I shot at you. Or maybe I hired someone and they're going to shoot you in a minute. Oh, I finished it, Jack. What? Shearer, I read it.
What?
The book.
What?
I apologize for the sanctimony.
What?
I mean, thank you.
What?
It happened for no more than 30 seconds, maybe a minute.
What?
Maybe longer.
What?
I'd rather I didn't read it.
What?
Churlish is worse than sanctimonious, and what I was being was churlish.
What?
We all know what happens at the end of the book, and yet with Shearer...
What?
Everyone knows what happens at... We all know what happens in the end. And you had to wait for me to read it. Why are you saying what? Stop saying what.
Why would you spite me?
You were right, I was wrong.
About what?
And I'm saying this as a man who has fingered a Jewish girl who's very nice and pretty.
What girl?
Anne Frank.
That made me laugh, but it wasn't funny.
I felt bad for Hitler at the end. You were right. Shearer does a great job at being impartial and presenting what happened, and I was rooting for Hitler to turn it around.
Which girl?
Shoshana?
Define turn it around.
Well, I didn't think that far. It was a thing. It was odd to think that if it was presented impartially, I would find myself rooting for him.
What, you kill more Jews?
Of course not. Well...
Right.
I did. I found myself rooting for him, and I wonder if in the long term it would have made things easier on us.
Interesting.
If it was Hitler won in the East, not split the invasion into Ukraine, not pull back through the winter, not get stalled in Leningrad, dominate the Soviets.
But then he would have repelled our invasion.
He would have signed an armistice with us.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you and me and Hitler at a table, we would hash things out.
We would hash things out.
We would hash things out.
Part of the agreement would be a harem of super Jew girls.
Oh, imagine a race of super Jew girls. You go deaf the first day.
Deaf the first minute.
But I did pull for him, and I do wonder if in the long term things would have turned out better for us.
Interest.
If it was, we sign an armistice with Germany, we both turn and attack Soviet Union. By then, Russia is wiped out, Germany is barely anything, and then we turn and destroy Nazi Germany and be done with the whole continent. We probably would never have had to end up here. Diem happens to be a fan of Hitler.
See, I really think you need to define fan of Hitler. Posters up in his bedroom?
No, I think he more finds it astonishing what he created.
Well, minus genocide, anyone looks good.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it must be sort of like the thing with baseball.
What thing?
That, you know, the announcers are always saying, or hell, the managers in the stands are always saying, well, if he didn't swing at strike 2, he would have hit a home run.
What?
You know what I mean? So, Maury Wills gets thrown out at second. And then Kenny McMullen hits a single to right field. And they'll say, if only Wills didn't get caught stealing second, he would have scored on the single.
Well, fat chance Maury Wills gets thrown out at second, and no way McMullen hits a single.
This is true. If Wills doesn't get thrown out at second, pitcher is going to throw a different pitch. There has been a change.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Something about cause and effect people cannot accept. And so I recognize this fact, but it still did make me stop and think. I'm sorry I was being churlish.
Are you saying you were being girlish?
I'm concerned of your opinion of me. I would thought you would be judging me.
Judging does not make one churlish.
Judging would be girlish.
The words are close friends.
I've never thought you to be churlish.
When did I start sounding churlish?
I have no idea.
What?
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 What is a powerful word.
Any word repeated is quite powerful.
Indeed.
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 Already powerful. Shall we go spend $25,000?
Sorry, gentlemen. I couldn't find any glasses. A toast to you. And by you, I mean me.